button. Push the goddamn button.
This is going to trigger a lot of you. So if you are very, like, if you get overly sensitive, I want you to take a deep breath and I want you to relax. And I want you to put yourself in the position of all parties involved, the student, the parent, the staff, and faculty. Because what we have here, it should never happen, right? But also we need to address some other elements here that you don't seem to grasp yet. What am I talking about? I'm glad you asked. Roll the footage.
Old Trayvon Grayson is bruised, swollen, cut, and missing several teeth. Injuries that his parents say happened when an assistant teacher at the second grader school assaulted him.
My son told me that he threw my son into the wall. My son had dreams about it all last night, this morning, still shaking in his sleep, jumping in his sleep and everything. Like, saying that he keep having visions of the teacher on him as well.
Trayvon, according to his mom and dad, the assistant teacher was escorting the second grader to the main office for an alleged disciplinary reason at the end of the school day Monday. But he never made it to the office. His mom says that when she got to the school, Trayvon was in an ambulance crying, and the teacher was there as well, she says, with Trayvon's blood on his clothes.
The teacher told me put him over his shoulder, and he don't, when he put him down, he was bleeding. That's it. Like, how can you tell somebody that? He said he made a mistake. He said, I made a mistake. It was a mistake.
So the teacher is identified as 25-year-old Timothy Randall Core, an employee of the Baltimore Curriculum Project charter operation. The educator said that he was taking the 7-year-old to the principal's office for disrupting class when the incident occurred.
7-year-old.
Okay, so you know what's so messed up about this right here in particular, and I'm gonna try to be as concise and quick with it as possible. You do not raise your children to be respectful. You don't show them how to look at adults as authority figures. Instead, you engage with them inside the home like they are roommates, like they are friends, like they are compadres. And so when they go out into the world, they don't know how to discern between an authority figure and a classmate or a pen pal or a child that they are playing in the sandbox with. Now, let's get it completely clear. Sue, press charges, and make sure that this does not happen ever again. Because that man, that grown man, you, brother, never, ever should have gone to the limits that you went. You broke this kid's jaw, a 7-year-old, a second grader. You telling me, even if, for argument's sake, he was being disruptive, he was acting out, he was being like his mom and dad. Let's say that's the case. There's still no reason for this right here. None. You carried him over your shoulder. That was it. That was the only reason why he was bleeding. That's the only reason why this little kid's shit is swollen the way it is. He's missing 7 teeth. And you telling me no? Come on. Come on, brother. You full of shit. And you should know better. And this is one of the issues I have with schools, the households. Nobody has those, shout outs to coach, the checks and balances. There's no boundaries. There's no principles. Nobody is stepping in and doing what the hell they're supposed to be doing. Unacceptable. Unacceptable for a grown-ass man to put his hands on a kid like that. And on top of that, we don't even get to this if you showed your kids at home how to respect their peers and how to respect positions of authority. What else is there to say? What's the excuse? What's the argument? Oh, what? And I like I'm bringing all this up because I said at the beginning of this, put yourself in the mindset of this kid. It's learned behavior. Whatever led up to this, it's learned behavior at home. It's learned behavior in school, in the environment that they're in. Kids like this don't just pick up these behaviors out of nowhere. You're watching other kids who ain't got no home training move reckless. You got your family at home moving reckless. You adapt to your environment and to your conditions, and nobody's telling you this ain't how you gonna move. I don't care what they doing, you're not gonna do that. And as a teacher, you and the staff, above anything else, should understand you in Baltimore. Baltimore has its decent places, but you already know the conditions that you're in. And I think there needs to be a bigger argument or a conversation about how we are disciplining these kids. Some of you are doing it, some of you are going overboard with it, and some of you are just not addressing the problems at the core at all. Bullies, kids getting jumped, extorted, suicidal, all of it is recurring. There's there's somebody to blame. There's a factor, a component that surrounds a group of people who have direct ties to the effect and reactions, and it's you at home. How are you teaching? How are you managing these students? How do you go about holding these kids accountable? Because guess what? This is a 7-year-old. You're not even in a high school. High school, I know, is bad too. We've already been down that road a lot with students fighting teachers and all that. But y'all got to find other ways to deal with these kids. And it's not all on the teachers, the parents. Y'all been dropping the ball a lot. But this right here should have never happened. Never. I don't care how angry you were. I don't care if he spit in your face. None of that. It's not even your place to put your hands on the kid. Not like that. Back when I was going to school, our parents gave the teacher permission. You treated this little kid like this was an MMA fight. What do we do moving forward? This kid is not going to look at authority the same. I don't even think this is going to humble this kid. I think it's going to make him worse. How are you going to conversate with a 7-year-old about getting physically beat up by a grown adult? How does this change his attitude and the way he sees the world? I don't know. Y'all tell me if I'm tripping.
Welcome aboard the flight. This is pilot who shy to talking. We going back to Memphis and coming straight from New Orleans. The estimated time of arrival is about an hour, and I can turn your ghost if you try and play with my power. So when you look up and see the sun flashing, stay in your seat. If the flight attendant say you making trouble, then we got beef. The turbulence might get rocky. You better not spill your food. This is brand new plane. If you get it messy,